Yay. Oops. Oh, look who's next. Sifu. He's all dressed up. He put a suit on for everyone.
Good morning, beautiful
Sifu,
people.
I'm gonna let you tell everyone about your awesome self. Sifu and I are in a partnership and we do have something coming up next year. I'll let Sifu tell you a little more and then I'll chime in, but I present to you Sifu Rafael.
It's an honor, and thank you so much for allowing me to be part of the Authentic Leaders Summit because leaders lead and followers follow, but leaders make followers into leaders, right? So, a little bit about me. I'm a man. I'm kidding. So, I love people. And God put me here for a purpose to help as many people as I possibly can. So I have been teaching and helping people my entire life. My life has been made specifically to help. And everything that I've gone through in my life has led me to today. This is why our lives are so critical to who we are and who we become. Cedric, my friend, good morning. How are you? And
Morning.
LS, of course. Thank you guys for being here. Nikki, I saw you a minute ago. I got to tell you, for me, when someone asks me about me, it's not that I have a hard time telling people about me. It's more that I'm interested in them, right? So, as a people person, I don't like to brag about me, but I will tell you a couple of simple things. I love to teach. I love to help people become leaders. I make people into instructors, leaders, and people leave my presence better than they left because that is my mission to always help and guide. So that's who I am. I have 6 podcasts. I'm about to do a 7th with this incredible human being called Dr. Mary Ann. And this show is going to be about authors. So, what I want to talk to you today is about being an authentic leader. And that can go so many different ways. But I want to start with 3 questions that I want to pose to you today. 3 questions that will help you be a better leader overall. First question: who do you think you are? Second question: how did you get here? Third question: what will you leave when you're gone? And that's legacy. Let's go into the first question. Who do you think you are? I want you to consider this. It's Sanskrit. It's tat. I may say it wrong. So if anybody knows how to say it right, tat asi, right? And is I am that. So who do you think you are? I am that. I am that person who has the answers. I don't always have to go outside of me to find the answer. I am that. I am that person who is willing to sacrifice certain things to develop, to become that person that others look for. But every one of us is that. Who are you? Ask yourself that question. I would write that one down. Who am I? And then consider yourself like an onion. Peel one layer of that onion at a time. Ask yourself, Who am I? Am I a father? Am I a business owner? Am I an employee? Am I a friend? Am I a colleague? And those are all layers of that onion that you have. Keep peeling and peeling. But this is a lot of work on your part. It's not a one sitting. It's truly looking while you peel each layer to who you truly are, who you're becoming. When we keep peeling those layers of that onion that we are, we keep peeling. Am I a man? As I said before, I'm a man. Am I a friend? Am I a husband? Am I a partner? Am I a son? Every layer, when you peel it, will give you an answer. Every single layer will start to tell you who you are. And when you peel a layer, guess what? There's another layer. And the reason we want to peel the layers off is to get to the core until there is nothing left to peel except the true essence of you, who you truly are, is all the layers you peeled away until you get to your core. This is not an easy exercise. You may even lie to yourself as to who you are. But what you need to do, and the reason I want to share this with you, and the reason I pose those 3 questions, is so that we can become better leaders. Get to the core of who you are. Once you get to the core of who you truly are, you start to understand who you want to become. You're not there yet. It doesn't matter your age. You could be in your 30s, 20s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100. You need to become more. If I shared a picture with you that you never saw, but it's an actual picture of you when you were a baby and you never saw that picture, would you recognize you? Probably not. You may recognize if there's someone in your family holding you. Maybe it was your dad. Maybe it was your mom, aunt, uncle, anyone. But unless someone has shown us that picture before and told us this is you, you may not recognize that person. And this is why we have to go deep into who we are so we can learn to recognize us. In a crowd of many, how do you stand out? As a leader, as someone who matters. As a leader, we need to define us first. We need to follow. We need to follow the light. We need to become the light for others to follow. But before us, there was someone else. Someone that may have shown us the way. So the deep question that you need to ask yourself is, who do I think I am? I know initially I asked you, who do you think you are? But then you need to look deeper inside and say, who am I? How will I show up? How will I engage with another human being? Will I be the light that they need to see? Or will I be the one that puts out their light? Oof. I don't want to be that person. Who are you? Let's get into I am that. I am that because of the actions you have taken. I am that because of your beliefs. I am that which you're looking for. I am that which I am looking for. So how do you become that? Have you even been posed that question? How do I become that? It's an interesting concept when we can consider what our life means to us, what it may mean to someone else. In all my research and all my studies, I realized that in order to truly be present, I have to be that. I have to be the person willing to learn, willing to absorb, willing to be wrong, willing to accept my mistakes, willing to accept the pitfalls, willing to accept that I'm not there yet. And at the same time, taking every opportunity to become that which others seek, to guide those in their search and their query. This leads to my second question. How did you get here? How did I get here? Well, Marianne invited me. And I had no choice. Absolutely no choice. When an incredible human being asks you to be something bigger than you, to be on a platform with other incredible human beings, you know that you are that. It's not conceit. It's not pride. It's the willingness to give with love. Creation is about building, putting something out there that has not been put out before. You are that. I am that. So we got here because we took certain actions. Every one of the speakers that you will hear today on this Authentic Leaders Summit is that. Marianne, Dr. Marianne, Reverend Dr. Marianne, saw value in each an individual, in each of their endeavors, of their actions. And she knew that they would bring value to you, to me. Just because I'm a speaker here doesn't mean I'm the only speaker. I need to listen to every one of you who are going to be speaking today because your knowledge, I will absorb. And in order for me to be that, I need to listen. Here's the cool thing about listening. Did I get your attention? Listen. Listen with intention. The word listen, if you flip the words around, can also be spelled out as silent. In order to listen intently, to learn, you need to be silent. The words are beautiful. You need to be silent to listen. All the same letters. They spell two different words, but they equate a sense of growth. So listen, take notes today. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day to take notes, to grow, to become the leader that you want to be. Everyone on this panel needs to continue to grow, or they will be stuck where they are now. Every single one of us, every speaker, everyone listening, we need to listen and be silent. Set your goals. Set your goals to align with your legacy. Take the actions to fulfill your legacy. Some people, they don't think they're worth it. They don't think they're worthy. The words you say to yourself will engage your subconscious. And when you truly learn to engage your subconscious, you will eventually engage your super conscious, where your words will be like magic spells. Imagine a magic trick that no one knows how it was done. Who's the magician? The one that speaks the words. The one that speaks the words into their subconscious. The positive words. The words that will create the legacy that you so desperately need to create. If you've never thought that you're worthy to create a legacy, allow me, give me permission to tell you you're wrong. You have the power to leave the most incredible legacy, but it starts with the first question I asked. Who do you think you are? And then the answer should be, I am that. I am that which God gave all the gifts to. I am that which fulfills my need for joy. Happiness is not something that can be put upon you. It's a choice that you have. You have to choose to be happy. You have to choose love. Love will bring happiness. Set your goals. Set your goals to become so radiant, so brilliant that no one can dim your light, not even a little. Consider what you have done so far with your life. Yes, like me, we've all made mistakes. Oof. If I needed to write a book on all the mistakes, it would be a row of books. But there would mean, for me, there would be no mistake written in twice because I've learned from every mistake how to make a different mistake. One mistake can lead you to another mistake, but the mistakes, if you put them together, can lead to brilliance. So don't worry if you make a mistake. When you speak, if you're a public speaker, I hope you make mistakes. I probably made a few already. It's not the mistakes that define me. It's not the scars that I have on my body that define who I am. It's my mind. It's how we put things together. It's how we learn. It's how we grow. The biggest takeaway I want you to have, if you can, from what I am speaking on today is to find out who you are. And then eventually to come to the conclusion that you are that. You're that beautiful. You're that incredible. You're that person that others seek for warmth, for knowledge, for encouragement. Every day, you need to set your goals and align with what you are meant to do with your life. If you don't understand that, that's why the action that I would love for you to take is to get a pen and paper. This beautiful thing right here can impact your life so much. I teach weapons. I teach people how to use all kinds of weapons. But I got to tell you, this is by far my favorite weapon. I I write, I scribble, I still write in script, and I write notes all over the place. But then I put them all together because it's the words that we think when we say them, they have more meaning. When we write them, they have meaning. Consider your life. Let's go back to the three questions I asked in the beginning. I know I have a few minutes left, but I really, really would love for you to answer them for yourself. Don't do it for me. Do it for you. First question, who do you think you are? And it should not be a one answer. You should write almost a book on who you are. And then your next question that you should write down is, How did I get here? And then go back. Go back to your childhood. Remember what you can. And then ask anyone who was around when you were a child and ask them, how was I as a child? What did I do? What mistakes did I make? What fun things can you tell me? And then ask yourself this: what will I leave behind when I'm gone? How will I be remembered? And who will even remember me? That's your legacy. It's not how much money you're going to leave. Don't get me wrong, money is going to help people remember you a little bit more. If you leave somebody a Rolls Royce, they're going to go, woof, wow, you left somebody a house? Yes. But that is not legacy, because the people that you left material things for will use them up, and their children will not remember that maybe that car or that house was left by you. But if you teach them, ingrain something in their character to make them bigger than they could possibly be, they will share your story over and over and over and over again, because your legacy is about your actions and how you made people believe in themselves more than they could possibly believe in themselves, because your gifts are for you to share. You cannot hold on to your gifts. Not too long ago, my fiance's mom passed away. And as even last night, I was driving and she said to me, "Am I wrong?" And I said, "What do you mean? Am I wrong for laughing?" And I said, "What do you mean? Am I wrong for laughing and, and having a smile on my face?" And I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Your mom would want you to have a smile on your face. She loved you." And because I knew her mom for so long, I said, "I love your mom. And I know you love her. And I know she loved you. But I got to tell you, your mom loved me unconditionally, as if I was her own child. So how can you think that she wouldn't want you to have a smile on your face?" She was about to cry. When I reminded her about how much her mother loved her, she actually did cry. And it was a beautiful moment. I couldn't hug her because I was driving. Otherwise, I would have, right? But it is how we treat other people. One of the comments that she made to me is, she goes, "You know, I'll tell you what she calls me, okay? This is the first time anybody in the world is going to hear it outside." She calls me Boo. She calls me Boo Bear, okay? So then I have to growl. And here's the funny thing. She goes, "You are so easygoing." And I said, "So are you." She goes, "No, I'm not. I'm very demanding. I'm this, I'm that." And I go, You're very easygoing. She goes, how could you say that? I said, because I know who you are. And to me, I've accepted you. And so therefore, you're easygoing for me too. She goes, that's what I mean about you. You light me up. You never say no to me. You're there for me. You engage with me. And you're always there to lean on. And so who are you? Every day we have a chance to impact our love for another human being. I am beyond thrilled that Reverend Dr. Marianne asked me to be here with you, because if there was one thing that I helped you with today, is to reflect on how beautiful you are. Thank you, Dr. Marianne.
Oh, you're touching my heart. And we speak once a week at least. We have an actual appointment, Sifu and I. And so I knew about his fiance's mom passing. It's so hard. Like it's so hard. When your mom passes, it's like an extra special hard. It's hard when anyone passes away
Of
that's
course.
you, but of course it's like an extra special hard when it's your mom. And it's just so, so hard. So thank you so much for sharing that awesomeness with us.
It's my
And
pleasure.
thank you so much for coming to speak. Like he didn't have a choice. He also didn't have a choice to write a chapter in my book.
I was not given a choice. You know how many people have actually asked me to write books in chapters in their book, or be a co-author in their book, and I've said no countless of times.
Yeah.
But I could not say no to you.
You can't say no to your sister. And this whole thing with Jose and Sifu and calling me Reverend Dr. Marianne, it's like, and I always forget to put it on, and it's like this big deal. And now it's just turning into a thing. But I did want to share before Sifu. Well, first of all, thank you again for speaking.
Thank
Before
you.
Sifu leaves, let's tell them what we have coming up in 2025.
Sure.
January.
So can I?
Mhm.
I am thrilled. We are starting a podcast together for authors, right? And the name of it, we came through a couple of different things, and we figured out that everything, there's a spark when you write a book. There's an idea, there's a concept, and there's beautiful sparks going in your head when you start to write. So we thought Spark Books Show is going to be the name of our podcast, the Spark Book Show. There it is. Oh, she's holding something up and it keeps disappearing, right?
There's our logo.
And
Oh, there it is. That's close enough.
yeah,
You'll see
close
it.
enough.
It's all over my
and
page.
and so we're looking for authors who want to come on our show. This is going to be a great opportunity. My shows are seen in 185 countries. We're also going to be on Reverend Dr. Marianne's network, which is over 6 million and counting. So your reach for people to get to know about your book is going to be huge.
Plus, both
There
of our
is,
social medias, like
oh,
it's
forget it.
insane. The exposure is going to be through the roof. Sorry, please continue. I'll
No,
stay
no, please. And it is a pay to play because of the vast amount of energy that we're going to be putting into it. The show is going to probably be Mondays around 11 a.m. Eastern time. For the most part, it will always be live. And if it's not live, it'll be semi live. We'll figure out what that means. I just thought I'd throw it in there.
That means we might have to record it, but then we're going to host it live. So we'll
Correct.
be live, but
So
the
just in
recording will
case,
be
in case
safe.
there's an author in Australia who doesn't want to get up at 3 in the morning to do the show, I'll get up at 3 in the morning to do it for them, because I believe in what we do. And the only reason I do what I do is because what I said when I first started talking God put me here to help.
Sure. Sifu, what can I say other than thank you? Thank
My
you,
pleasure.
thank you, thank you for gracing me with being on my very last show of 2024. My commitment is fulfilled to myself. I'm
Beautiful.
going to continue next year, but my commitment, my hardcore commitment was for this year, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Thank you so much for being here, actually more than once. I did not make him. He agreed when I asked him to. I did ask very.
It's a mutual agreement.
No, it was great. It was great. We've had some interesting things. We actually became accountability partners in the bank code that we were doing, and then we just kind of continued from there. So, anyways, I do need to let Cedric come in. So thank you so much, Sifu. And I know your insane schedule. So thank you just for that alone, just for taking time to come out. And he dressed in a suit.